Good afternoon. It is 4 p.m. here in South Korea. I am Arirang News, AI anchor, Ari. Following the explosions of electronic devices including pagers and handheld radios which killed 37 and injured 3,000 more in Lebanon and Syria, the Israeli military said it carried out large-scale airstrikes on southern Lebanon on Thursday, targeting 30 launchers and terrorist infrastructure sites. The Israel Defense Forces reported that a Hezbollah missile and drone strike in northern Israel on the same day killed 2 Israeli soldiers. The leader of Lebanon-based Hezbollah said the use of explosive electronic devices had crossed a red line, and accused Israel of what he said represented a declaration of war. The much-anticipated summit between South Korea and the Czech Republic was held in Prague on Thursday, as President Yoon and President Petr Pavel discussed the Dukovany nuclear power plant project face-to-face. Pavel invited Yoon to the summit at Prague Castle after Korea Hydro and Nuclear Power was selected as the preferred bidder for the project. The two leaders also addressed the potential threat to the finalization of the project's contract, namely an appeal against the Czech Republic's decision by U.S. company Westinghouse, who say the Korean company doesn't have the license to use the nuclear power technology owned by the U.S. firm. President Yoon showed confidence that this dispute will be resolved, while President Pavel also said resolution would be mutually beneficial for both South Korea and the U.S. Wall Street rebounded on Thursday, with major stock indexes on the New York Stock Exchange closing at all-time highs amid revived optimism due to the U.S. Fed's jumbo cut of its benchmark interest rate the day before. The Dow Jones Industrial Average jumped 1.26% from the previous day, closing at 42,025.19, recording a new all-time high. The S&P 500 also set a new all-time high closing figure, climbing 1.70% to close at 5,713.64. Major tech stocks that have struggled recently also rebounded on the day. Apple closed at $228.87, up 3.71% from the previous trading session. And semiconductor giant Nvidia also rose nearly 4% to $117.87. Vice President Kamala Harris received positive feedback from last week's debate with former President Donald Trump, but it hasn't been enough to give her a significant lead in the polls. 6 weeks out from the U.S. presidential election, Harris and Trump are locked in a tight race, with each receiving 47% support from likely voters in a New York Times Siena poll released on Thursday. In the same poll conducted from September 11th to the 16th, 67% gave positive feedback on Harris's debate performance, compared to just 40% for Trump. Free influenza vaccinations will begin being administered on Friday, ahead of the winter season, according to the Korea Disease Control and Prevention Agency. The 2024-25 seasonal influenza national vaccinations will be conducted from Friday until April 30th next year. The free vaccines will be sequentially administered to children aged 6 months to 13 years old, pregnant women, and seniors aged 65 years or older who are at high risk. Antibodies are formed 2 weeks after a flu shot, with vaccination known to be 70 to 90% effective for healthy adults in preventing influenza. That is all for today. Thanks for watching.